right, guys, welcome back to TD Fans Talk. Let's just discuss the offensive line for a second, guys. Let's just get straight down to it. The reality is we are in a lot of trouble, okay? I'm really not sure how we're going to fix the offensive line before we get into next week's game versus the Patriots, because one thing that I can definitely see from the Patriots versus the Minnesota Vikings game is the Patriots know how to dial up pressure, and they know how to dial it up very well and play tight coverage in that pressure. And it's no different from what they did to the Miami Dolphins in Week 4. How will we change our offensive line to be able to protect Ryan Tannehill to come out of Miami with the victory next Sunday coming up? Those are the answers that need to be answered, and they need to be answered fast. And only one person can answer those questions, and that is Adam Gase. And the reality is our offensive line, after losing 2 of the 5 starters for the season and having multiple injuries between the last 3, we have not been great this year. Matter of fact, we have, to be honest, very poor. Our offensive line does not allow our quarterback to throw on average, have on average 3 seconds to throw the ball, which means everything typically has to come out fast. And if it doesn't, we risk a sack, we risk a rushed throw, or we risk something bad happening that will not go in our favor. Jesse Davis just has not played well. Ted Larson is getting beat on almost every other play. If it wasn't for Laramie Tunsil and Juwan James, who has his moments as well, we would really be the laughingstock of the NFL. What are we to do? How do we fix this problem? Coming into a big game next week versus the Patriots, knowing that if we win this game, we can almost guarantee, which is a huge statement to say, we can almost guarantee our playoff hopes are more than a lot. But we know that we have to win this game. And the Patriots aren't looking very special, might I add. No matter how they looked versus Minnesota, there are some things that don't look special about the Patriots. But the way the Miami Dolphins have been playing, will it actually matter? I want to win this game against the Patriots. And I know that every single person watching this right now, if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, you want to win this game too. Deep down in your blood, in your soul, in your spirit, you want to figure out a way to come out with the victory. You want our team to figure it out. And in order for us to figure it out, there is no question it has to start with the offensive line. We have to make the necessary adjustments, improvements within a 6-day period and be ready to roll on Sunday and have a team that is protecting our quarterback. There have been many people over and over and over blaming the offensive line, then they blame the quarterback, then they blame the coach, when in reality, I've gone on record to say it all boils down to the coach. If your offensive line can't execute the schemes that you're drawing up, then you need to draw up schemes that the offensive line can execute. But to some semi give Adam Gase a pass, how do we know almost every game plan he draws up, the offensive line still drops the ball on it? Ladies and gentlemen, the reality of the Miami Dolphins, if they want to be successful long term, is to fix the offensive line. We don't need a new running back. We don't need a new quarterback. We don't need new receivers. We don't need a new tight end. We don't need new defensive players. I mean, well, we do need a few defensive players. But we need priority number 1 is to fix our offensive line and have the depth that is good enough to still play at an elite level. And I will backtrack. I will take away the word elite and play at a solid enough level to still get the job done. When we go into free agency in the draft next year, I pray that I don't hear any talk about a quarterback. I pray that I don't hear any talk about a running back. I pray that I don't hear any talk about a corner. I pray that I don't hear any talk about a safety. We have to fix the lines, offense and defense. The game is won and lost in the trenches. Every time we have lost this year, it was lost in the trenches. Every time we've won this year, it was won in the trenches, even if it looked bad. it was just enough to get the job done. Let's start calling it what it is, Fans Nation. The Miami Dolphins have a severe offensive line issue, and it needs to be addressed this offseason and in the draft. This is TD Fans Talk, trying to spread some knowledge so that we don't make a bad decision that's going to haunt us for the next 5, 10, 15 plus years. On another note, I'm laughing at the Green Bay Packers because Joe Philbin is their interim head coach. Why couldn't he be when we actually played him? This is TD Fans Talk, guys. Fix the old line, Greer and Tannenbaum. Peace. I'm out, y'all.